Hey everybody, Peter from Shoetopia back again for another live. So pull up your coffee, and I just made myself another one. I'm an early bird, so I start usually 5 o'clock in the morning. So I've had a couple, and I'm ready for another. So basically, it's coffee time. It's morning. It's 9 a.m. We're going to talk a little bit of Rieker today, and we did do one of these back when we first closed a couple of weeks ago, and it was more in line with the Rieker shoes, the little the all the fun spring shoes that we have. So today we thought, I mean, Rieker's such a big brand for us. Hey, Colin, nice to see you. Thanks for everybody over on Instagram as well joining us. But Rieker's such a big brand for us that it really deserves two shows. And in fact, I couldn't even get all the sandals that we have on my little wall behind me that I create for these shows. So there's lots of stuff to go through. For everybody that we're going to talk about women's Rieker sandals today. The men's stuff right now we do a lot more men's Rieker stuff in the fall months. Not as much in the summer. More of the stuff that we have from Rieker, we have like one men's Rieker sandal, and most of it's shoes for the summer months. So just to kind of give you a little update as to what you're going to be seeing over the next little while. But grab your coffee and spend a few minutes with me as we go through another Shootopia Live here. It's been an interesting weekend. I want to say thank you to everybody that's sent us some web orders. I've been out driving around town. You may have seen me on social kind of saying, hey, I'm off delivering and stuff like that. Got some really warm responses from the customers and just really sort of good vibes about getting the stuff out to them. And people want to wear, they want to feel good. There's our thing, and I talk about it all the time, but look great, feel fantastic is our motto. And people want to feel good in this time. And getting a new pair of shoes on, getting sort of that ooh and ah feeling that we've talked about in the previous videos is kind of like, yeah, I look pretty good, and man, these feels really good. So that's the feeling that we can bring for you with as simple as a new pair of Rieker sandals or a lot of the other footwear that we have at shootopia.ca. So for those of you that didn't know already and haven't sort of been in the loop, our stores have been closed now for 3 weeks. We are still operating on our web store, www.shootopia.ca. And if you're local, I'm delivering them sort of as I can getting around locally, and if you're a little further out, we're sending them out Canada Post right now. So I just sent a batch off yesterday, and I want to say thanks to several of the people here since our last video. I always like to start off with a thank you, and I want to say thanks to Russ in Mount Forest, bought some Viking sandals after our last Viking show, to Tara, who bought some Ons, Kayla bought a pair of Sperry's in Kenilworth, Lucille, Rieker sandal, Lynn, Finn Comfort sandal that she likes to wear for her slipper. I mean, a lot of people love their supportive sandals for their indoor slippers. Marie, another pair of Ons. Pamela yesterday with a pair of New Balance shoes. Carolyn with a Blundstone work boot. Dan with a Mephisto sandal. Cleo with a couple of pair of really cool shoes, and I did a little sort of personal conversation last night with Cleo, and we just went back and forth about, she has some orthotics and stuff like that. I went on the website, made her a little video, and talked back and forth that way, and she really found that helpful. So if that's something that you'd like me to do too, if you have personal questions or any of that sort of stuff that you want to get through, just like you would if we were here in the store and you came in for some advice and some professional sort of opinion, happy to do that. And what I'll do is I'll just navigate our own web store, and I'll just point the ones that I think would work for you. And Anna Marie with a pair of Birkenstock. So those are just a few of the ones that I got since our last video on Saturday, and I'm really appreciative for that, and hopefully everything's going to work out great. If you're having questions on the web store about returns and all that sort of stuff, we'll manage returns for you, either when the store reopens or if we can get it back and forth in between. That's something we can do as well. I just worked with Agnes, who had a pair of shoes, and she was back and forth, and I dropped her off her second pair, picked up the other pair just here in Fergus. So always willing to work with you to try to get you what you need during the downtime here. Of course, we have to do it properly and sort of with our distancing and all that sort of stuff, and we're certainly doing that too. Okay, so that's it. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Rieker sandal package, which is what I promoted here today. Rieker's one of those lines, and if you didn't watch the first Rieker one, I'll give you a quick snippet. Every season, the line builder, who's the designer of the Rieker line, comes to my store here in Fergus and spends an hour or so with my rep, the president of Canada, and the line builder, and sometimes one or two other people. They're one of the only companies that actually asks each country that they work in what it is that they're looking for. Instead of just coming out with a product and saying, hey, we're going to sell this sandal worldwide, they do some of that too, but they actually will make things that we request, which is really unique in today's world of footwear. So it's interesting when they come in and will say, hey, you know what, this sort of sandal does really well for us from another brand, and I'll call it out, Keen, let's say, and they say, oh yeah, we could probably do something that looks like that. So they'll come up with a sandal based on some of our recommendations on what's really working well, and they adopt it into the Rieker line. So, and for those of you that love Rieker, some of the reasons you love Rieker is because they really take some of the best ideas and just incorporate them into their own systems and change them and modify them, but really make them special for Rieker. And so that's just an interesting piece. The line builder usually comes to our store. He goes to 3 or 4 others in Ontario and a few others through Canada, and then they go down to the States and do the same sort of thing. But it's a really neat process that they do that every single season. So we have from Rieker, we have a lot of, if you love Rieker, you know a few of these ones that I'm going to show you, and they just have some different uppers and new ups on them. Hey Michelle, nice to see you. Bradley, good to see you over on Instagram too. So sorry I'm pulling in really close sometimes because I don't see as well, and they're just coming up on my phone. But great, thanks for everybody to join us. Appreciate that. So this is probably one of our most popular bottoms on the Rieker sandals. If you've had Rieker before, you know this bottom. You've seen it probably. It's every year they come out with this bottom because it works. It's comfortable and people love it. So what they do is they change the uppers. They put on some different different flavors, some little different adornments, and different, in this case, this one is adjustable at the front, okay? Fully adjustable, will open right up, and adjustable here too. So you've got the double adjustability to get in. By the way, almost all these Riekers, they run from $99 to $199 to $120, just to kind of give you a scope of that. If you got our email, there's a link right in the email to go to the Rieker section of our website, but you can just go to the website and download all the different ones as well. But that's the price range if you're kind of wondering what they are. I'm not going to give you the price of each one as I go, but in that sort of $100 to $120 range. So this is a nice black one too, because sometimes what happens with these footbeds is they get a little bit mucky or they get a little bit dirty. So basically with this one, you can avoid that from happening if you like the black. And I mean, we talked about it before, but black is black, and ultimately people will come in and they say, oh, I really love that pattern, or I really like that, but do you have it in black? And that's one of the things. So we always have lots of black for the people that like to wear their black, because it does go with everything. A few more on this mold. We've talked about lasts before, but basically it's the same footbed, and they just do these different uppers. So some nice colors there too. This one we've had a couple of years now, but it continues to do well. Just a really nice sort of navy, and here's another sort of silvery blue. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see them, but that's a nice silvery blue one from Rieker as well. We've got this one, and then this is the last one of the slide-in ones on that particular last, which is again a silver color. All right, we've got a fair bit of The back straps as well. For those of you that love back straps just give a little bit more support. It stays on your foot a little bit better. And for those that kind of want that feeling of having the sandal on foot and not have to worry about sort of cramping the toes or any of that sort of stuff to keep it on. So this is a great one from Rieker. We do have it in another color as well. I think it's in a blue. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of a grayish blue. So, I mean, it looks maybe a little more gray on the camera here today, but it does certainly have a blue undertone. All right. We do have a couple of, this one has been around for years, and we've had it in white with the different, it's sort of a three, hey, good morning, Elaine, nice to see you. Elaine, you would remember this one for sure. This one I've been at Shoetopia now for 10 years, and I'm sure this shoe has probably been around for 10 years with different uppers on it. Every year they'll come out with some new colors and stuff like that, but it's really just, it's a leather, so it's really just a nice shoe that just sort of forms to your foot. It wraps bunions fairly well, and it just kind of, if you like a full cover sandal, this is a good option for you. Every year we do well. It's elasticated. Whoops, it's elasticated at the back. That one almost fired off like the slingshot on the elastic. But basically, that's a good little one for if you like the full cover. This one's a little dressier with the adornments down the center. And again, elasticated through here and elasticated through here. So easy in and easy on. These ones are just great sort of everyday walking sandal. So whether you like it in the red or whether you like it in the black, same sandal, just the colorway. But you've got the 3-strap adjustable. So the back strap isn't adjustable, but all 3 of these are Velcro. And all 3 are adjustable. So basically, this one also has a removable footbed. So if you did want to put your orthotic in it, it wouldn't accommodate a deeper orthotic. It's going to accommodate one of the dress orthotics, one of the thinner ones. Not a super, I wouldn't usually recommend this as an orthotic shoe because it doesn't have a lot of rigidity to it. But if you do want it and you want to pop your orthotic in it, it will accommodate that. So we do have, as you guys know, we stock a lot of stuff for orthotics and things like that too. This is one that can accommodate orthotics, but it's not always one that we would recommend for orthotics. And that's the 2 different things. It depends on if you like it or how much support you need. We've got on that first last that we talked about, this same footbed here, we've got some back straps here too. So always, Rieker does always well with a couple of whites. And this particular one has been around for a couple of years. These adornments here really just are very flattering on the foot. The blue color has actually been one of our best colors in this particular sandal. But when you put it on your foot, and sorry, my hand's not as pretty as a lot of feet, but got the big toe here. But basically, it just really looks nice. It sets off the foot really, really. It's very pretty sandal actually for what it is, and nice and stable support. Good back straps. Got the elastication. It's a winner. This one sells out pretty much every year. The last one on that particular bottom is this one, and we sold this one just online yesterday or the day before, which is fun too, the 2-tone. So it's kind of a denim blue up front with the red elastication, this circular adornment, and then it's just a nice easy in. All right. So slip it on and go, ready to head out for your walk. So fun. The next thing I'm going to show is a few wedges and a few of the sandals that are a little bit higher heel. So for those, I mean, I say higher heel, we're not talking high heel, but we're talking a little bit of lift. So this one is a popular last again too. We see this on a lot of sandals from Rieker. They always do a nice little color match on the heel and do some stuff. So there's the black one with the color match on the heel, just to set it off a little differently. You can see it's really the same. It's the same footbed, but it's really 2 different uppers when you look at it. And again, if you like this sort of sandal, or maybe you have one of these sandals at home already, if you're a Rieker lover, then you're going to be saying, hey, you know what? I can get the new color or whatever the case is. This one we've seen for a few years. We have it in white and blue in the past. It's got a little bit of floral on it, but a good one too. Elasticated here, elasticated here. This one's a new one for us this year. Loving this olive color. So it's just a really nice spring color. Go well with khakis and navies. Well, there's just so many things that you can put together with that. It's fun. I'm liking the polka dots too. So this one's got a different last. So this one's a little bit more of a dress heel. The one we showed you here is a little more stable, let's say, than this one. So it's a little bit more. This one has a lot. You'd have to open this up, or you're just going to pull in. It's not a Velcro here, which a lot of the Riekers are to get in. But I'm just liking the funness of this shoe. The polka dots, the black, the red. It's fun. Rieker's done well with polka dots the last few years. Some other ones. We showed this one as one of our key pieces for marketing this year. We've sold this one a couple of times as well on the web store already this year. It's a great silver black combo on that same last with the silver on the heel as well. This is a floral one, so kind of like the black one that I showed you a little while ago, but basically it's got some nice floral print on there. So liking that one for a white sandal for the summer months. The peacock always does well. So we've had peacock before. And again, this is a blue. Sometimes a little bit hard to tell whether it's black or blue here. But the blue peacock is just we've had this maybe 3 years now. And it keeps coming back because it keeps selling out. It's just a wonderful shoe. Great looks, goes with so much. Here's another little one too. So this one's a taupe color. So we've got back here, we talked a little bit about the olive color. So you can see a little bit of the difference here between these two in the olive and the taupe. But this one on this heel with the taupe back is nice little pattern there too, sort of a texture on the top of it. So with this is what we, I kind of just outlined quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on each one of them because I could literally spend an hour just going through Rieker, and I want to keep these sessions to a half an hour or so. But I want to say thanks to everybody that's joined us. All of these products that we've shown you here today are on our website, www.shoetopia.ca. One of the things that I started doing a couple of shows ago was to just kind of show this little thing here, and which is the Heart of Shoetopia. And the Heart of Shoetopia is our internal document that we have in the back rooms, and I've been exposing here on our last shows. And basically, at the center of the heart of Shoetopia is you, our customer, and everything we do around you is all the systems and everything that we do to come in and make your journey into Shoetopia a happy one. And the one that I wanted to talk to you today about is treat you like family. So the one up here, it says treat you like family, and that's part of the customer experience. And we're small town. We want to treat everybody like family. And during these times of need, during these times of COVID and everything like that that's going on, we'll do whatever we can do to help you have the best day that you can have. And if that means getting a good pair of shoes on your feet to make you feel better, then that's what we can do for you to help you through that time. So everything we do all the time at Shoetopia is always pulling into the center of the heart, which is you, our customers, and we're forever grateful for that. So I wanted to just end the show today to talk a little bit about Thursday's show. And Thursday's show, I'm grateful also to have Laura join me again. Last Thursday, she joined me for an edition of Feel Good Feet Live, and we're going to do it again this Thursday, Feel Good Feet Live. So if there's anything you want to talk to Laura about from Align Podorthics or for me, If you have foot issues, foot care problems, aches and pains, questions about your footwear itself, any of those things, I'm opening up the conversation. All you need to do is drop a question right here, and we will address it on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock on our Feel Good Feed episode. Or you can email me, peter@shootopia.ca, and I will make sure that we get your question answered on Thursday's edition of Live at 9 and our Feel Good Feed edition. So again, thanks everybody for joining us for the Rieker sandal selection this year. It's incredible. If you love Rieker, you'll love what we have this year. And if you've never tried Rieker, well, it's one of our best-selling brands for sure in our store year after year, and there's a reason behind that, because the value equation and the fit and the comfort and the feel adds up to looking great and feeling fantastic. Thanks again. Bye for now, and we'll see you on Thursday when we have Laura join us from Aligned Orthotics for Feel Good Feet. Bye for now.